Yeah, I mean, I don't think it ever really gone that far.
Yeah.
Bro.
I think we should really just upgrade.
It needs an upgrade.
Yes, the 2020, we can do it better.
We have the technology.
If y'all had mutant power, what would it be? It has to be based on your biggest flaw.
Is the Zoom recording?
My biggest
Yeah.
flaw.
Yeah, your biggest flaw. Your biggest flaw.
My weak left shoulder. So invincibility.
You just have really strong.
Utter
Just your left shoulder has the invincibility.
Yeah. Just,
Everything else doesn't.
So you can get
revenge.
revenge. Everything.
It's like a
you got a
reverse.
locked door.
It's like a reverse
shoulder
Achilles
hit.
heel. Like everything else is just vulnerable, but I just use my
Hold on.
arm for everything.
I'm just gonna
You're a shoulder
repopulate
guy.
this,
That sounds pretty good, actually. Yeah. All right.
Alright, we're on crazy motherfuckers.
I don't even know what mine would be.
Crazy-eyed motherfucker.
I can undeep fry anything.
Alright, so right off the bat, there are already 2 characters, so I'm just gonna do it 3 times. 1 for the action, then 2 for the characters, so to be.
Crazy motherfuckers.
And just so you know, I'm also in the
That's
wheels, so just to make it fair. Just to let you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're spinning for the action. Person who's reading action. And it's a Brock.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually read this. I just downloaded it. All right.
So Brock's gonna be reading the action.
So for Gil.
For Gil,
Gil.
it's gonna be
Fade in.
Whoa.
But not yet.
It's gonna be Kelia,
Okay.
and then for Bubbles, I think.
I wish I was Bubbles.
Me too.
Are you guys reading ahead?
Ooh,
Whoa, it's Dap. Dap is Bubbles.
About Bubbles. And we get those big glasses.
Oh yes.
You motherfucker.
Is it based on that? Is it based on Trailer
Give me my
Park
cat.
Boys?
No.
Give me my cat.
It's Fucky.
Is his name Bubbles?
His name is Bubby.
I haven't seen Trailer Park Boys in
the-
so long.
Yeah.
I want the big
What a
ones.
great show. I love that show.
Every week I collect these cards.
Yeah, I'll get these cards out here. I have to watch it again to get that character.
We have Bubbles living in our neighborhood now because the shopping cart. He's like.
Oh, you're right.
The
yeah.
shopping cart's back, by the way.
I know.
I
That's all.
also like to
I am-
go on
that's what-
record.
I'm
It's
going to-
also almost been 2 hours since Carter's not waking up.
Is Carter dead?
Yeah.
He might be dead.
No,
Carter's
she's just
She might be dead.
she's just drunk sleeping.
Might be Jack.
God, it's 7:30
Yeah.
p.m. When
Yeah,
did Carter get here?
She started early. I think she started drinking at noon.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes.
All right. Well. You want to go?
You're reading the action.
You're reading the action.
Yeah. Okay. So can I? Are we ready?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Alright.
You can go.
Yeah.
My bad.
Fade in. Exterior highway night. It's 11 p.m. A black SUV sits on the side of the road. Interior black SUV. The driver, Gil Flynn, serious businesswoman by day, wild party girl by night, late 20s, gets head from the passenger. She climaxes.
Dang.
Okay, before we
Bubble. Oh,
start, I just want to say I'm so embarrassed.
Now, like,
this is.
I want to read that more. I want to read that with more drama.
Oh,
Okay.
Go ahead.
He loves to make
The driver, Gil Flynn, serious businesswoman by day and wild party girl by night, late 20s, getting head from the passenger. She climaxes. Bubbles, a weak way, a badass, kick-ass, barbaric biker gal in her early 30s, wipes the cum off her lips and sits up, silence.
Dude, you are a king of writing strong female characters.
Thank you guys. Thank you. They
I
should
feel like
hire
we should
me
be
at
like-
Disney.
I feel like Rob Zombie should be playing in the background. Why is there just like
Yo, when we get later into the script.
Yeah.
This is
I already
like
done
the
hit
edgier.
Brock.
This is like the edgier Sex in the City.
Yo,
Yeah.
exactly.
Karen's got it all figured out. She's got looks,
She's getting
money,
from the
and
driver.
getting head from the driver.
Yeah.
her lips.
Cum on her lips. Gil grabs Bubble's hand. Beat. Bubble looks at the wedding ring on Gil's finger. Their eyes meet.
Tonight's the night.
Throws the ring out the window.
I'm gonna kill my husband.
They drive off. Interior, black SUV, moving, night. We're going on 80 on a 55 mile per hour road. Gil and Bubbles jam to a Metallica song. Song ends. Radio gets turned off.
That's literally how Kenny got pulled over.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Goddamn. Pump that shit. Pump that shit.
She grabs a baseball bat from the back seat, pulls out a hammer and some nails.
Can't wait till we beat his ass to sleep. Now tell me.
To sleep?
Hammers a couple nails.
You feel like sleeping after getting your ass beat.
Yeah.
Wait.
Totally.
What? Alright, how would you like his,
Hammers a couple nails into the bat.
how would you like his brain? Sunny side up or scramble?
Neither.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Want to know where I eat?
Where?
Up your butt and around the corner.
They chuckle. Right.
Dude,
Shut
okay.
the fuck up.
Like I said, I'm so embarrassed reading this guy. I'm literally like
You're
naked
sweating.
right now.
You're sweating.
Yeah, I know. I'm like sweating just like
It's
that.
okay, no, it's alright.
Bubbles.
I'm
Shut
on-
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. Well, really went real quick. There you go. They chug.
Oh, they chuckle. Dies down.
But you really do like that restaurant, don't you?
5 stars.
Bubbles hammers the last nail into the bat, puts it in the back seat, and grabs a dull hunting knife. Starts sharpening it.
We gonna eat before we do this?
Like where?
I'm craving some Mickey D's.
Fuck no. I ain't taking you to eat at. I messed that up. I ain't taking you to eat there.
Don't be a stuck up ass.
He'll accept her point.
The delivery on ass. Is just
If you want to kill your husband, why you keep letting him stick his cock in you? And more importantly, why'd you marry him?
Dude, okay.
That's the greatest dialogue I've ever
Dude,
heard.
just imagine how awkward it would be, like, just being in the car, like in the back seat of the
Yeah,
car.
are we gonna make this, Malcolm?
Yo, do you want to?
Wait,
Let's do
Does
it.
she still have the cum on
Yo,
her
with
side?
Bob Saget.
It's still on her lips.
Yo, just like the milk mustache.
Stop.
Just like that thick white line.
I ain't got time to wipe it off. I got husband to
It's
kill.
fucking badass.
Oh my god, I can't wait for the next 10 pages.
Oh my god. Alright.
Gotta
Alright.
keep my wallet fed.
Silence.
So, we stopping at Mickey D's or what?
Gil rolls her eyes. Interior, McDonald's, midnight. Gil and Bubbles wait to get their food. A nasty, filthy looking homeless woman, 40s, gets her order taken and counts her total in coins. The cashier, a snotty brat with an attitude, 20s, gives her a look. Out of the pile of coins, the cashier picks out a bunch of Canadian quarters.
Who's reading for a cashier?
I'll spin. Honestly, I can read it because it's only one line. It's only one line. Canadian quarters, can't use them.
Plucks them off the table. The homeless woman scrambles to pick them up.
Here's the homeless one.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my head is hurting. Please spare me something, scraps, leftovers, anything.
Oh, I need to find that picture.
Just something to make the hurting stop.
Gil walks up and whips out a 20,
Just give her some
hands it to
grease.
the cashier, and looks at the teenagers in line after the homeless woman.
I'll pay for them too.
Gil and Bubbles get their food. They find a table and dig right in.
What's the name of the guy you want to kill?
Dalton.
Oh,
Dalton. Strong name.
beat.
How long since you last seen him?
1 or 2 days. Probably thinks I'm visiting my parents. He hates my parents.
Is that why you want to waste him?
Of course not.
Well, look. I'm gonna need a little backstory before I do anything.
Gil sighs. Begin flashback.
Well,
Interior, house, living room day. Gil weeps uncontrollably as she shows the detective school pictures of her adopted son. This is Todd Flynn, 8 years old. Dalton Flynn, a handsome scientist in his mid-30s, comforts Gil. Dalton has that unfaithful husband appearance. Maybe it's the way he's.
What does it look like? What does an unfaithful husband appearance look like?
A fuck boy.
But he's a scientist?
Unfaithful
Yeah.
scientist.
I wasn't really too versed in
Typical
what people
scientist.
in what success, except for Bill Nye. That's the only
Oh,
success.
Yes.
Bill Nye
They
shows
look
up.
like Bill Nye.
Maybe
Except with like frat boy type.
Okay.
a frat Bill Nye.
Bill Nye with a snapback.
Yeah,
A
in a
snapback.
jersey.
Maybe it's the way he stylizes his mustache, or perhaps it's the douchey outfits he wears under his lab coat. Interior, funeral home day. It's a vigil for Todd. Gil thanks strangers as they drop off flowers. The detective pulls her aside, pulls out a couple photos from an envelope. Gil goes through them. Insert, photograph 1. Police officers pull the body of Todd out of a lake. Insert, photograph 2. Todd's body lies on the examiner table. It's gruesome and mutilated. Back to interior, funeral home day. Gil is horrified. She hugs the detective. Exterior, house, driveway day. Dalton is being chased down the driveway by Gil. She beams in XXX magazines at his head. He tries to hug her, but he gets the cold shoulder. Dalton leaves in his car. Interior, house, Dalton's office, day. Gil goes through Dalton's file cabinet. The trash can stands behind her. XXX December issue, tossed. May issue, tossed. Beach party, tossed. Beach party issue, tossed.
That one wasn't that good.
After going through all the drawers, she turns around and finds all the issues scattered around the trash can. Takes a long look at the mess she created. Sticking out from a sea of magazines, a manila folder with a key taped to it lies on the floor. Gil picks it up. Interior, house, basement, day. Door creaks open. Gil walks down the stairs. Takes a good look around. Locked file cabinets line up against the wall. She takes a good look at the key. Tries the key in the middle cabinet. Pop! Lock comes loose. Going through the first drawer.
Papers, doodles, scientific paper thingy. Oh.
Pulls out $40. Puts it in her pocket. She makes her way down to the third drawer. Scans through the files. Pulls out a folder labeled sold. Open it, and inside finds photos of dismembered body parts with price tags on them. And flashback. Interior, McDonald's, midnight. Bubbles is munching on some fries.
Your husband is one crazy motherfucker. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, now you see why we're having this special outing tonight.
Not gonna lie, that story got me all riled up.
Beat.
I didn't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. No husband, no house. I mean, you and I, this isn't a long-term thing.
Of course not. I'm a thrill seeker, baby. After the kill, I'm out.
And with that, our heroes finish their meal and get ready to go. Interior, black SUV, moving. Early morning, 1 a.m. We're cruising on the suburbs of Baltimore.
So when we get to the house, he'll probably be in his office working or some dumb shit. So no worries about that. Then you break in, and he'll think it's a burglar, and will try to protect me. Then right when he turns his back on me, BAM! Stab him in the spine. Sound good?
Bubbles examines her bat.
Sure, but I still like to fuck him up afterwards. Make sure he's dead.
She kisses the bat.
I
still like to fuck him afterwards.
Nah, I'm about to read it like that. Fuck him up.
That's what it kind
I'm
of
gonna read it like that.
I'm gonna fuck him afterwards.
Interior house foyer. Early morning, 1 a.m. Gil walks into a dark foyer, takes her coat off in interior house kitchen, grabs a sharp knife, puts it in her purse. She sees the light on Dalton's office. Interior house. Dalton's office. Gil walks in. No sign of Dalton. She looks around out of nowhere. Bat! Dalton jumps out and slaps the shit out of Gil.
You got bopped.
He recovers quickly and they get into a scuffle. Dalton is pulling and yanking her hair.
Yanking.
Who's Dalton?
Alright. Whoa. Ryan, you're
Hell
Dalton,
yes.
Ryan is Dalton.
You have balls coming back here.
What?
She tries to get a punch in, then, bam, gets us slammed onto the table.
I bugged the car before you took off, and I heard every little fucking detail said about me.
Her left hand gets a hold of his ear. She's feeding him, or what? She's feeding him right hooks to the face.
Damn.
Her right hooks are overwhelming him, and she fights her way off the table. Right when she has a chance, she runs into her purse and pulls the knife out. As she creeps towards him, Dalton slowly backs up. She launches full force at him. He blocks the knife, then rams her full force against the file cabinet. The handle penetrates deep into her spine. He backs away. She drops to the floor. Nothing but heavy breathing as they stare at each other in the eye. After a long, tense silence, he walks over and stands her up on her feet. She drops to the floor, stands her up again, drops again, drops. Dalton gives up.
If there's anyone to blame for this, it's you. You dig in my fucking paycheck every month, leaving a little money for me. Then you go off and buy these fancy purses, designer cloths.
Designer cloths.
She likes cloth.
I love cloth.
And overpriced makeup. You're nothing to me but a high-maintenance fuck doll. Oops, did I say that out loud? Did I hurt your feelings? Facts don't care about your feelings, honey. I don't know why. I don't know why we're overreacting to this. I mean, we can just walk down the street and pick up a new kid. What?
What? No, read the rest.
Do you know how like pregnancy works?
Please read the
That
rest.
actually,
It's
okay,
funnier.
reading that kind of sounds like
You just
an
go to
induction.
you go to the kids store.
No, you
Go to the
read
kids
it
section of
better.
Walmart.
Yeah, the kids
Read it better.
They're replaceable. Did you know that? I bet you didn't.
I
You're
remember.
sick in the head.
I
And
remember.
we have a baby on the way.
Whoa.
Wait, I thought she was what? I
This
thought
is
she was
Kill
dead.
Bill. What are you?
She got snotty.
Bro,
This is edgy or Kill Bill.
yeah.
I remember when they both had that same exact conversation.
Yeah.
And
Whoa.
you both had that conversation. It was really weird.
Whoa,
Don't spread our business like that.
Ryan, I like-
Come here.
Ryan, I like your take on this. It's like one of the characters from Deliverance. I like your take on it.
Another tense silence.
Come here.
Grabs her feet.
I'm taking that baby.
Oh, give me your feet.
Feet detective.
Is this light work?
Yeah.
Please tell me he grabs a clothes hanger or something.
Yeah.
The designer cloths.
better.
Come here, little squirt. I'm wrangling this thing out of you.
He drags her out of the room. She claws at the carpet, trying to resist. Exterior house, backyard, early morning, 1 a.m. Bubbles walks up on the back patio to looking for a way in. Checks the sliding glass door. Locked. Tries the window. Locked. She stands there, irritated. Grabs the bat and smashes the door open. Interior house, living room. Bubbles walks into a fucking mess. It looks like a tornado came through. She waits for Dalton to jump out and attack her. Nothing. Interior house, Dalton's office. Bubbles peeks inside. No sign of Gil or Dalton. Crash! From the basement.
Damn it.
Bubbles.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it.
Damn,
Damn it, Bobby.
Interior house,
Damn it,
basement. Gil is chained up at a table. Dalton sweeps up shattered glass. Bubbles runs down the stairs.
Who the fuck are you?
Bubbles.
He throws a handful of shattered glass at her face, then tackles her. What the fuck? Dalton starts choking her. She goes full on rage and punches him in the side of the head. Non-stop, she knocks him off. Bubbles goes in. She's punching him furiously. She gets the bat, beats his legs until they're bloody enough. She drags his body over to Gil, unlocks the chain around Gil's neck.
We're gonna have a wild time.
Wait. Before you do that,
Takes out her phone and starts recording.
this is exciting. Our first home video. You can never miss a more precious moment in life.
Gil starts sucking on Dalton's ear. Wiggles her tongue. in his
Gil
ear.
starts sucking Dalton's dick.
She grabs a knife and hangs it 5 feet from his forehead. Lets it go. The knife sticks to his forehead.
Nice.
As he panics, Gil licks the blood running down, takes the knife out. She runs her hands down his body and into his pants, sticks the knife in his crotch in a sweet and innocent voice.
Bubbles, would you hit the hammer on the head?
Jeez. And Bubbles slams the bat on the butt of the knife. It goes deep into Dalton. He lets out a yell As she pulls the knife out, she hangs it above his heart, drops it.
Bubbles.
Wham! The knife goes deep. Blood splatters everywhere. Dalton's body goes still. Gil and Bubbles let out a sigh of relief.
I ain't cleaning this shit up.
The fuck? You think I'm gonna do it? Fuck that.
Gil takes a look at the bloody mess she's created. Laughs her ass off. Exterior park, sunny day. It's a gorgeous day. Bubbles sits on a park bench and Gil sits in a wheelchair.
What happens now?
Change my name. Move away.
What about the looks? They'll have your face everywhere.
True, but come on. They're not gonna look for someone in a wheelchair. What about you? Where are you headed?
Gotta go back to my hometown. My brother's having money issues.
Bubbles can see her cab coming down the street.
And here's my ride. And before I forget,
Bubbles hands Gil an SD card and surprises her with a kiss. Gil gets into it. It ends.
have a good life. Best of luck.
Oh, they hug. Bubbles leaves for the cab. Gil watches as she puts her bags in the trunk and hops in the back seat.
What I've come to understand is that soulmates aren't the perfect husband or wife that everyone has idealized.
Gil strolls away, but then looks back at the cab.
But a person... Oh, that Bubbles. But a person who manages to revolutionize your world in a second.
She strolls off as we... The end.
Where did this come from?
That was like
What
really
the
close to my
hell?
fan fiction. This episode's
Dude.
more violent.
Yeah.